After suffering a shocking loss against Namibia in the tournament opener, Sri Lanka will face UAE in their second fixture on the 18th. This is an almost do-or-die encounter for the Lions, and they will have to forget that horrific performance in the first match quickly. The two teams have met each other once in the format during the 2016 edition of the Asia Cup, where Sri Lanka won convincingly. Sri Lanka, who are riding high on all the confidence created during the Asia Cup, suffered a shocking defeat at the hands of the Namibians to start the tournament in a disappointing manner. It's fair to say that Sri Lanka were completely outplayed in that first game. Sri Lanka made some errors when it came to their discipline in death bowling, which was the difference in the end. The three pace bowlers, although started decently, went completely off radar during the final few overs when it came to direction, as a lot of deliveries went down the leg side which the Namibian batters pounced on. In any sort of situation, a total of over 160 is hard to chase, and that is exactly what happened to the Sri Lankan batters, who were not even close to their best while trying to clear the boundaries. The death bowling and the top order batting will be the two key areas Sri Lanka will have to concentrate on in the upcoming game. Sri Lanka's opponents UAE faced Netherlands in their first game, and though their batters failed to put up a fight in total, the UAE bowlers nearly won them the game, defending a low total of 111. Before coming to the World Cup, they produced two decent performances as well against Bangladesh. Even though they lost the two games, UAE managed to push Bangladesh to their limits and even had a good chance to win the first game at one point of time. Sri Lanka spinners Wanidhu Hasaranga and Mahesh Theekshana had a good time with the ball in hand against Namibia. But the same can't be said about the pace bowlers, who conceded over 100 runs in their 12 overs, which included over 60 runs in the final 5. Their wayward line and length will be a huge concern for Sri Lanka in the upcoming encounter. For some reason, the Sri Lankan pace bowlers never looked ready during the first outing, and the huge blow they suffered less than a day before the match, losing Dilshan Madhushankar, may have played a part in this, as they had to shift their plans completely. With a lot of people praising the Sri Lankan bowling unit for the sheer talent that they have shown during the Asia Cup, this thrashing was a good wake-up call for the Lions to make sure no errors can happen at this stage. In batting, the number 4 spot continues to haunt Sri Lanka, as Danishka Gunatilaka failed once again to make a notable contribution, which will most probably pave the way for Charith Asalanka to make a return against UAE. UAE will be really happy about their bowlers, who continue to impress. Against Bangladesh and during the warm-up game against West Indies and then the first game against Netherlands, they managed to bowl in a very disciplined manner. But it's the batting that has been disappointing, except for Mohammad Wasim. UAE will be hoping that their other talented batters, Ritya Aravind and Chirag Suri, can find form to give Sri Lanka another shock.
කාලගුණය කොහොමුණත් රයිනෝ නං වහලට සේෆ් තමයි මුළු ගෙදරම.
With Danishka Gunatilaka continuing to have a bad time as a batter, Charith Asalanka is expected to be picked against UAE. Asalanka, who had an amazing World Cup last year, may very well be the confidence booster Sri Lanka wanted after that first loss. In the bowling department, there's a chance that we might see Lahiru Kumara in place of Pramod Madhushan, who struggled big time despite picking up 2 wickets. Although Chamik Karunaratne also had an off day, he is expected to retain the number 8 spot as the third seam bowling option. Other than those two changes, Sri Lanka are expected to go with the same set of players. Talking about UAE, although they lost the first match in a very close encounter against Netherlands, they are expected to go with the same set of players as well against Sri Lanka. Bhanuka Rajapaksa tried to revive things against Namibia in the tournament opener, but unfortunately he couldn't replicate his Asia Cup heroics. But as the entire world knows, he will continue to be the middle order match winner for Sri Lanka, and as someone who has the ability to clear long boundaries, a lot will be expected from him in the face-off against UAE. Along with Rajapaksa, skipper Shanaka is the other clean hitter in the 11, and although he couldn't take Sri Lanka over the line versus Namibia, he looked to be in decent touch. How the Sri Lankan innings completely faltered after the partnership between the two ended clearly proves majority of the workload lies in the hands of these two if Kusal Mendis and Pathu Nishanka fail at the top. Mohammad Wasim will be the key player for UAE, as he is one of the best T20 opening batters in the circuit right now. As someone with a century to his name in the format, he knows how to win matches and make big scores. Even against Netherlands, he scored a vital 41 when rest of the batters failed. Though that 41 was a bit slow, Wasim is someone who can clear the boundary quite easily, and he certainly has the ability to play a knock similar to what John Trilling and JJ Smith showcased against Sri Lanka. This game is also scheduled to take place in Geelong, and the temperature will most probably be a bit higher than on Sunday. Although the threat of rain will always be there, a full game can be expected without any interruptions.